is Andrew Hochradel, just to introduce yourself. And my request from you is, will you be my Valentine? That's right. We are gearing up for Valentine's Day today and all this week. We'll be doing challenges to get you ready for Valentine's Day. We'll be doing some gift cards. We'll be doing Valentine's Day cards, social media posts, digital stickers, some type work at the end. It's going to be an amazing week. So make sure you stay tuned right here. And there is a very, very special place that you can go to get involved. And that is right below us. There is a link. It is just bit.ly/CC Express CC Express Discord is the word. I believe it's in the description. So you can join our Discord down there and get involved with some of the challenges that we are going to be doing today. So let's go ahead and hop into Creative Cloud Express. If you're new, here's the thing you need to know. There's no wrong answers. Today in the stream, we'll be having fun and kind of just messing around to make some gift tags for Valentine's Day. And whether you're going to be using these for your kid's school or for your loved one, you can go ahead and follow along. And by the end, we'll be able to print them out on one sheet and make it so that we can all have some great gift tags together. So let's hop in. The first thing I need you to do, express.adobe.com. That's the only place we need to be today. We'll be living on this site here. And if you're new, not familiar, there's a whole bunch of things here, but we don't need to worry about all this right now. What we're going to do is we're going to jump in and we're going to start with our own template. And when I'm thinking about making a gift tag, I kind of want to just play around with different sizes, and I want it to almost be like a business card size, right? So we're going to start out by doing something that's maybe 2.5 inches by 1 inch, right? Kind of small. Maybe that works. Let's do 1 inch by 2.5. Why not? So we're going to click on this plus button that you see right here. And then we're going to go to custom size graphic. So we could come in and look at all of these different Instagram stories. If we're doing something for social media, there are a lot of templates that are here for us, but we're going to make our own by going to custom size graphic. So we click right there and you can see here that we can actually find any of the templates or sizes that are available to us. We can look at popular. This is probably all social media stuff. We've got some posters in there. Print, let's see if there's a business card in here. There's not. So that's fine. We can go ahead and go to custom and we are going to change this to inches and we're going to go 2.5 inches wide by 1 inch tall. That feels like a good size for a gift tag in my brain. It might be completely wrong, but let's see what happens. Yeah, this looks like a gift tag. This looks gift tag sized. All right, so let's hop in here. My favorite thing about Valentine's Day is the puns. I feel like there are always the cutest little Valentine's Day cards that say the silliest things that make me giggle, and also feel a little bit loved. So we're going to do one of those today. And my favorite thing to say on Valentine's Day, my favorite pun is be mine, right? Little Aladdin throwback, be yourself. So we're going to play around with some bees and kind of work with a theme. When you're designing with Creative Cloud Express, it is an incredible tool that has all kinds of different graphics you can combine to realize your vision, but you need to start out with a vision. So if you're working on something else, maybe you want to say, you are my sunshine, right? We're going to play with the sunshine theme. Figure out what that theme is and figure out what that kind of graphic line is going to be. And that way you can search pretty easily and find images to go along. So we're going to do be mine. And I'm going to go ahead and start out with a background. So here we're going to build this just like a sandwich, right? I mean, it could be trying to think of more Valentine's Day things. Sandwiches could be Valentine's Day. We're building it like a Valentine's Day sandwich. We're going to click on background right here. And this is just the backmost layer. So playing with the background, we want something, again, to be bee themed because I want it to say be mine. So I'm just going to type in bee and see what comes up. All right, so there's a couple different options here. There's some nice little kind of floral patterns, but this one here looks like the one that I want. It's pink, it's got the gold, it's got the bees, everything that I could want. So all I need to do if I'm in the backgrounds area is click on this image. And we're gonna click on pin to background. We couldn't move freely, which means we can move it around where we are working, but we wanna pin it to the background. So it'll render, it will put that in the background, and boom. It's thinking about where to put that. And right now, it looks like it is stretching pretty wide. And so I'm gonna turn it so that it fits across the orientation of the image that we're using. So with right here, with it selected, I clicked on this background. We're going to drag this to just go at a 90-degree angle. And we're going to hit enter. There we go. And now it has shrunken it down to 90 degrees. Do we want to zoom in? We don't want to zoom in. No. All right. So we have it at a 90-degree angle. Looks pretty good to me. Let's pull it over just a little bit. Let's see if we can find some more beats. So you also can click and drag this around to find the perfect kind of orientation of where you want your images to land. And I do want more bees on here, but I want to keep this center kind of open. So let's do something right there. I'm just clicking and dragging to move that background around. Now I want to add some type on here. And of course the type is going to say be mine. And the cool thing is we could do a bunch of custom graphics and add effects and layers and all kinds of stuff with type, but you know what? Someone's already done that for us, which is so nice. And this is why I love Adobe Express. It saves me so much time in my workflow. We can click on text right here, and it's going to give us all kinds of templates for text. So let's see if we find something that looks fun, looks like something that we could use for our design. We could do something like this. We could do something like an out of office. Ooh, this is a fun little kind of curve, but I saw one up here that I really liked. And that's right here. It's in the phrases section, and we can click more and it will come into here and show us more options if you want to look at some different options and templates. Excuse me, but we are going to go to this one right here. This is You've Got This. It has a nice little line on it. And I actually like how the type is kind of tilted. It's got a little bit of a rise to it. So we're simply going to click, and look at that. We have it on here. You've got this. We did it. We put some cool type on here. And you can see that this type is tilted. It's rotated a little bit. If we want to change that rotation, we can click here and click and drag this to rotate it a different way. So I did like where it was, so we're going to leave it kind of at that angle. But if you wanted to, you could augment that and change it to a different way. So we're going to type in our type here, which just says be mine. We'll do all caps, and we're going to put an exclamation mark. Why not? So you can see that it has this nice little outline on it, and that is built into the template that we're using with this type. I'm going to click and drag to make this much larger and make sure that we get it back into the center here. All right, it's feeling a little bit aggressive. And so what I want to do is we want to change the color. Now, this is quite particular what's happening here with the type. As you can see here, anytime that there is a square that has a red line through it, that means that there is nothing, there is no value, there is no color there. So that slash through means that it doesn't have what's called a fill color. You can see it says text color right there. There's a red arrow, means there's nothing in there. But we're looking down here and thinking, Andrew, it's filled with black. What are you talking about? Of course there's a color. Well, the color is not actually on the type. It is an effect. So we're playing with the shadow and the outline. So if you want to, we can come down here and you'll see that the shadow is actually the color that we're seeing there. So for this color, I do want to do some kind of maybe brown, and you'll see the suggesteds will pick up kind of what's going on in your design and help you find the right color. So I actually really like this brown. Let's click on that. Yeah, that looks great. So we have the brown, and that is the shadow. And you can see now that we've separated and made it two different colors, that the outline, which is what we're going to do next, is this little piece right here. And then the shadow is back to the side. Now, if we wanted to, we can move the shadow by clicking here, and you can see it rotate around if you want to change the shadow. And this is just in that shadow effects panel. So we are going to leave it at a -45. There we go. And from here, we are going to change the color of the outline as well. And maybe we want this to be a little more of like a bright yellow, right? We want it to bring in some of that gold. We can grab this tool right here. That's the eyedropper. And we click on the eyedropper, and it's going to actually give us, see this little circle, how it's changing as I move around? It's going to give us whatever color we're hovering over. So we can grab a color from the design that's already being used and bring it into our stroke. So I'm gonna click there. I don't love that. Maybe we want to go darker. So let's come down here to a darker brown. I don't love that either. But the reason I don't love that, I think, is because it's offset too far. So what we can do is with the outline, we are going to go ahead and make it a little bit thicker. So we're going to move this up to maybe 5. And then we can change the shadow so it's not so far away. So when we bring this slider down, it's going to bring that shadow closer. There you go. And you can see, there we go. I actually really like that a lot better. So the shadow is just offset by a little bit less, which is what this is right here, the distance that it's moving. And so that way we have this nice type with a little shadow, but it's not too much. Looking good so far. So I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. There we go. Looking good. Looking good to me. All right, we're gonna add one more detail, and I'm gonna add just a little bit down here that says Happy Valentine's Day. Now, we just did a bunch of effects, right? Andrew, that was so many steps. I don't wanna do those steps again. Oh my goodness, we have to like click all the things. No, all we need to do is grab this type that we've already created, and we're gonna click on duplicate. You can see right up here, it's just 2 little squares that are overlapping each other. And if we click on duplicate, watch what happens. In a snap, boom. We have another copy, and we can scale this down by just using these corners, and we're going to scale this all the way down, really, really small. And then I'm going to move it on this same angle. So you can see that blue line that popped up, it's actually locking it on to that angle so that I can make it perfectly symmetrical to that type above it. So I want it right there, which looks good. And we're going to bring it down just a little bit. And from here, I'm going to change it to a left align. And that way it's going to start at the left and then type out to the right. And here it's just going to say Happy Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day. My goodness. Whew. Sometimes you got to spell things out as you say it. All right. So we're going to drag this out so that it becomes wider because we want it all on one line. And then put it right back in that spot that we wanted it so that it lines up with our text. So there we go. We just made a copy of it and it looks a little bit too big. I want it to fit right there. And then I'm going to use the arrow key to just move that up a little bit. So you can click and drag, or you can use the arrow keys to move things around. So this looks great. The one thing that I'm noticing is "be mine" with an exclamation mark feels like really aggressive for some reason. And we don't want that on Valentine's Day. No. So we're just going to have it say "be mine" as a statement and not as an exclamation. Now, if I want to change these together and move them around together, I can select our main text and then hold Shift and select our supporting text right here. And then you can see we get a new button up here that says Group. So we're going to group that together. And now if I wanted to change the size of this, it's actually going to change both of the sizes together, right? It's going to move those together. So those purple lines that you're seeing are just showing us that we are locked into the horizontal and vertical middle. This is locked in, it is looking good, and I think that I love it. I think that this is looking good. So what we can do here is we are going to go ahead and put a bow on this one, wrap it up, and ship it. We are going to hit download. So we can share this. If you click on share, we can publish it, we can invite someone else, we can make a template of it, we can send it through Google Drive, all kinds of options. For right now, I'm just going to download it. And I want to download it as a PNG. For what you're using it for, either a PNG or a JPEG are probably fine. You don't necessarily want this one as a PDF. I'll show you once we get to combining them, we will want a PDF. So we're going to do a PNG here, and I'm just going to hit start download. Boom, downloaded. My project 3, because we forgot to name it. Name your files. Do as I say, not as I do. So we're going to go ahead, take this, and start a new one. We're going to do one more, and I'm going to show you how to combine those onto a sheet so that if you're making 4 or 5 different tags, you'll be able to have them all on one sheet. So all I needed to do was click right up here on the Adobe Creative Cloud Express icon right there. So if you click there, it'll take you back to this home page. You can start over, start a new one, and we're going to do just that. So this one I want to be a square. So we're going to click right there, and I'm going to do a custom size graphic. I probably want this to be a 2" by 2" square. Is that a tag size? It feels like a tag size. Inches by 2. That's a big tag. It's a big tag. That's all right, though. It's all right. It's okay. All right. So this one, we are going to say something fun and generic like, you're so sweet. I just think it's cute. And with that, I want something that is kind of a subdued background. So for the background in this one, I know that I want something that feels like creamy, delicious, kind of candy. And so let's maybe type in candy here and see what happens. I think it's going to give us some really aggressive stuff. So lots of candy canes, lots of jelly beans. These are looking a little bit too busy for me. So what I want to do is I'm just going to actually look for a paper texture. So I'm just going to type in paper, and this is going to give us a good foundation to start building off of. So I'm going to find one of these that looks kind of, actually, yeah, let's do this one. This looks nice. So we're going to click here on this paper, and we are going to pin it to the background. Excuse me. All right, it looks a little bit rugged. I'm not crazy about that, but we're going to roll with it. We're going to roll with it. Looks good. So we're going to add on some elements here. And the great thing is we don't just have to add photos and backgrounds. We can also add design assets. So by clicking on design assets, we can come in here and maybe we want something sweet. So let's just type in sweets. Ooh, we've got lollipops, candy canes, all kinds of goodness in here. Let's see. Let's add in maybe, let's do a cupcake. Where's that neon cupcake? Actually, let's do this cupcake. Let's do a pie. Let's do a cupcake. I changed my mind. Let's do a cupcake. All right. That's us in the thumbnail, so we should probably do it. So here's our cupcake, and it has just added this graphic in for us. We can rotate it if we want to. Here, we don't want to. And we can align it. You can see that those purple lines are telling us where we need to align. So yes, someone is saying all this power in a browser. Yes, it's amazing. And Sean is asking, will there be names on these gift tags? Yes, I'll show you how to do that right now on this one. And then you can add them to yours to make your own. So I'm going to type in "you're so sweet," but we're going to click on text, and I'm going to find something that feels a little more like brushstroke. Actually, this is great. Oh, literally, this is brushstroke here. So I'm going to click on brushstroke interiors, and I don't want this bottom part. So it has a bottom part right here. I'm just going to double click in there and hit delete. We don't need that or want it. So I'm going to get rid of it. And right now it looks like it's a group. So I'm actually going to click up here on ungroup. So I'm going to select this and hit ungroup. And from there, I can just delete this piece on the bottom right there. All right. And I'm going to type in "you're so sweet," which I believe is YOU''R. You are so sweet. Okay, that's cute. All right, so it looks like it's too far away for me. I want those letters to be a little bit closer. So what I can do is I'm just going to change the spacing. So with this selected over here, we can click on spacing, and then we're going to change the line spacing and bring that all the way down. So you can see now that it's getting a little bit closer. I think I'm just going to put this on the same line, actually. All right, so we have it there, and we are going to bring it into the center. And it's a little bit too big, so we're just going to change the size right here. Let's go up to 20-ish. Let's see here, 24 maybe? 24, let's say 24. So we've got 24 there, looking good. You're so sweet. And we're going to add in a little bit more text. And this time we're not going to use any of the templates. We're just going to click on add your text. And it added all kinds of stuff on here for us. We just want it to be a little bit more regular. So I'm going to put a to and from by using this font here. And this will sync with your Adobe fonts. So if you're using Adobe fonts, you can bring them in to Creative Cloud Express, which is an awesome feature. And we're going to make this red. And we're going to have this say Happy Valentine's Day. And right now there's an outline we want to turn off. And maybe this color we actually want to pull from the cupcake. So let's grab that. There we go. Ooh, that's a terrible color for what we're doing here. All right, we can fix that. We're going to stretch this out so that it is all on one line. And then we're going to take the size down quite a bit. Let's take it to maybe 10. See how that looks. That looks good. And we're going to bring back that red because that red was actually really nice. So we're changing that red. There we go, looking good. So here we are going to add a to and a from. Now, I'm going to move this up so that we have some room. And we are going to add in to and from. We're just going to click on add your text. And we're going to do a to. And we'll just do some underscores there. And then a from. There we go, looking good. Now, if we want these to be a little bit closer, we can change the spacing to bring those together. Oh, they are way too close. So we're gonna go ahead and bring this down, and I spelled from with a T. So that's how my morning's going. All right, so we're gonna change the spacing on these just a little bit to have the lines spaced out a little bit more. We'll shrink this down just a tiny bit. So now we can have some lines that are telling us who this is to and from. Looks good to me. Let's add in some more underlines here. All right, so now that we have two of these done, I'm just going to say this. You can play around with any of the accents or changes that you'd like to make to yours to add on there, but I do want to show you how to combine them. So what we're going to do is we are going to download this right here by clicking download. We are going to do another PNG. Sounds good. Let's do start download down here. My project 4 sounds good. All right, back to the Creative Cloud Express button. We are going to hit the plus button here, and now we're going to combine all of our tags that we've created. We're going to hit custom size graphic, and we want it to be in inches. We want it to be 11 by 8.5. So 8.5 by 11 in inches. This is a standard size of paper, and we're going to hit next. So from here, we're going to start adding on our tags that we've already created. We can click on photos, and then we're going to click on upload photo right here. And someone is saying 6-point text is tiny. It is very tiny. It was probably a little bit too small, but that's how we're going to be working right now. All right, so we're going to go over, and I'm going to grab the images that we just created here. So these are our tags that we just created here. You can see I was practicing. I actually like the practice better. I like the practice better, so we're going to use that one. And we're going to click on the image that we have downloaded, and we're going to hit open. And watch what happens. So it adds it onto our document. So now it's here on the document, and I can click and drag it so that it goes wherever it needs to go. And I can do this for each of the tags that we've created. Now, I did do some practice beforehand, and I did create some extra tags because I knew we wouldn't have time. And so I'm putting all of these around on our sheet of paper. Now they're looking a little bit big right now, but that's okay. We could scale them down, or when we're printing, we can go ahead and change them as we go. We're going to click on photos again and just upload photo. And then we are going to add in the Be Mine, which is my favorite one. And you can see that it adds it down there to the bottom. So now we have all of our tags, right? Our 3 tags on our document. What we want to do is we want to export this as a PDF. So in the last couple, we've done a PNG, we've done a JPEG. We want this to be a PDF. If you want to change this, or if you want to share this, with a friend, you can share and you can send it to a Google Drive, send them the link, you can publish it to social media. You can do all kinds of stuff to share with your friends, and you can download it. So we're going to go to download and hit PDF. And then we're going to download that. It's going to create a PDF for us. And now we have this awesome PDF of all of our tags. So if we open it and try to print it, it will be able to open, print, send very, very easily and very quickly. Sean is asking, can you add cut lines? We could add cut lines. We don't have time to show that today, but it is possible to add those lines in as well. Now, if you are going to be making this is the most important thing that I'm going to tell you today. If you are making some tags for your Valentine's Day, make sure you post it. Make sure you use hashtag Creative Cloud Express Insiders. Post it on social media, Instagram, Twitter, wherever you want to post it here on Behance, and you can put your work in so that we can all see it, we can all share it, and we can all have a great time using Creative Cloud Express together. Make sure that you tune in for all of the challenges for our Valentine's Day special. We finished the gift tags today, and tomorrow your challenge will be some Valentine's Day cards. We have social media posts, digital stickers, typographic designs. There will be a couple more live streams happening here on the CCX YouTube channel, as well as on Behance, that you can tune in and watch as well. So the big thing is we just want you to be a part of our community and join us from wherever you are. And again, the best way to do that, join the Behance, join the Discord, join the YouTube, wherever you are watching. Make sure if you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe. If you're on Behance, say hi in the chat. If you're over on Discord, post your work. If you're on Instagram, use that hashtag. And we want to see your work and build an awesome community here for Adobe Creative Cloud Express. So thanks for joining me today. There will be some more live streams coming to you later this week, and always great content on the Creative Cloud Express YouTube. So thanks for being my Valentine, and I will see you at another time on another stream, hopefully learning some more Creative Cloud Express. Bye.